So this is my physical education safety review. I chose to do it at the Castaic Regional Sports Complex in Castaic, California. The photos were taken April 4th, 2020. Sorry if they're a bit blurry. My phone wasn't transferring it to my computer correctly and didn't want to get too close because of the virus, so this is the best I could do. And I noticed that the playground has steps and pulls to get off of the equipment, which is good. But I noticed that there's two wood stumps, and they don't seem to be the safest because if the child misses their step, since they're a circular and not like an average stair, they're gonna end up falling. And then they could even miss their step and fall, break a leg if it's a tiny child, or just cut themselves. They also seem a bit old to me. I don't know if that's how they wanted it to look, but I feel like they could be replaced with some regular steps. And then I noticed the students have a railing to hold on to while walking up or down the steps. And they can also walk across the bridge feeling safe, as well as the parents feeling safe, because there's a railing to keep them in like in case they don't fall, they can hold it to walk across. It's just, I feel like it's a great idea. And then I noticed that the ground is covered in wood shavings. I thought that was an excellent idea because they're better than asphalt. Asphalt, everybody knows, it burns your feet and super hot in the summer. So I think wood shavings is a better idea. And then I noticed there wasn't any drinking fountains, and I thought that was kind of bizarre because kids are gonna be running around. They're gonna want water. They're gonna be thirsty. So, but the closest drinking fountain I saw was pretty far. It was near the bathrooms, which is like a good 5-minute walk away. And then I also thought it was pretty cool how they added coverings above the play area. That way, on like a hot summer day, instead of the kids missing out on getting to play because of the heat, they're actually okay to go because there's a covering. So it's keeping the shade from out of their face and they can actually have some fun. And then I saw the rock sticking up right there. Oops. Sorry. The rock sticking up over there. I feel like that doesn't seem too safe because if the kid falls on that looks like it's gonna hurt. I didn't get a chance to go touch it because I'm not gonna go over there and touch it with the virus right now. I wanted to, but to me that looks kind of like a crazy idea, but maybe it's not a hazard. And then I also noticed how the mat merges with the shavings. I feel like the kids are gonna be confused because like one minute they're running on like wood shavings that mold to their feet and super soft, and then they land on this hard floor. It might be like if they're running too fast they might trip, or maybe it's not a hazard, but to me it looks like I would probably trip if I was a kid running. It's like too fast of a change for me. And then the poles seem to be pretty safe. They're surrounded with wood shavings. I thought that was a great idea. No sharp pieces sticking out, and then also when I lost the picture. When the kids get off of the slide right here, they land on the mat. Thought that was a smart idea because they're landing on this soft mat. And then there's also tons of healthy grass for them to play on. Like say they get bored of the playground or they just want to go run around for a bit. They can go run on this nice grass area, which is pretty convenient because it's so close to the playground. That way the parent can see them within their sight and has like a good view of them. And then thought it was cool. There's like tons and tons and tons of grass for them to run around at, like surrounding this whole park. And there's even baseball fields, which is pretty cool because it allows students to bring their equipment and just have some fun. And they're not spending money if they already have the equipment. So my recommendations and review would be keep students away from the hazard areas, like the rock. You can probably just have like a little conversation with them and educate them, like letting them know it's probably not the safest, or don't run around it. Like even teach them not to be running because they can end up falling and hitting their head on it or hurting themselves. And then I would say allow for plenty of time on the huge grass field because I think that's pretty key to let children run around and explore and get their energy out while they're being active running on that grass because it's so much grass. There's so much fun for them to be having with all that. Thought that was a cool idea, or cool that they provided that. And then I also feel like when the kids are using the wood stumps, if the parents do, like depending on the parents, if they do allow it, that they just ensure that their kids are being safe and they're watching them. Because to me, that doesn't look too good. Like I'd be terrified of my kid trying to jump down on that But I don't know. Maybe it's not a safety hazard. And then, like I said, educate the children on running so that they don't merge with the mat and the wood shavings as well. Because I feel like if they're running and they go from this soft wood all of a sudden to a nice like mat, I feel like they're not gonna catch up in time and end up slipping or hurting themselves. And then I feel like the drinking fountains should be a bit closer. Like there was no drinking fountains within sight to me near the playground. Thought that was kind of crazy. They could update that. And then I feel like they should try and to encourage their students or children to try different sports, especially with this huge field. There's track and field that they can do, like go run some laps. There's they can play Steal the Bacon. I remember playing that in elementary, my favorite game. There's just so much space to play some tag. There's so much they can do. Um and I also noticed that this is like a pretty newer built playground. Like I'm sure it's pretty new. So it follows a lot of the what are they called? A lot of the laws and guidelines that they have to. So I feel like that's probably why there's not as much wrong with it. Like older days or like all the cracked concrete and stuff like you posted in your video. But all in all, I think it's a pretty good playground. I would like my children here. I would allow them here and I feel like they'd be pretty safe. I like it. I'd probably rate it an A. Thank you.